Hello. Okay, so let's have a look at what it is you need to investigate to get ready for your computing lessons in Year 7 in September. Now, I've got a few exhibits to show you. We've got a little computer here called a Raspberry Pi. Okay. We've got a tablet computer that a lot of people are used to. You might have used these in your junior schools, and you might be lucky enough to have them at home. Okay, and some of you might use them to play games or do your homework and those sorts of things. Okay, we've also got a tiny computer, and I hope you can see that there, called a microbit. Now these are really interesting. Because you can program these to do whatever it is you want them to do. And some children in the United Kingdom have sent them into space, turned them into cameras, all sorts. And if you work really hard at Oakmoor, you get something called an ePraise point. Now these are a prize on our ePraise system. So some children this year have decided to spend their ePraise points on a microbit, and now they've got one at home and they're doing some weird and wonderful stuff with them. So that's another computer. This one's called a microbit. The next one will probably seem quite familiar to you, okay, which is a games console. Now this is quite an old one, and there is a chance that actually some of you may not have been born when this came out, but this is a PlayStation 2. Why have I got a PlayStation 2? Well, it's a really good example of a really popular computer, and under normal times we also run a retro game club where if you donate a little bit of money to charity you get to play a retro game console. Okay, but this is also a computer. Now this one is interesting because this is the inside of a computer, and the difference is it's big, it's heavy, and it's difficult to move around, but it's still a computer. Let's compare that to the microbit, okay? But you can do a lot of the same things on this, okay, as you can on this. And that's what you're going to think about. Now, traditionally, so for example, when I was at school a long time ago, you had to go to a special room if you wanted to use a computer. Nowadays, we have computers built into other machines and systems. Some of them are really obvious, some of them are less obvious. So for example, the computer inside the games console is pretty easy to understand. What gets a little bit more complicated is when we think about where else computers are. For example, in most modern cars that have been built in the last 10 to 15 years, actually there's a computer inside that helps the car manage all its systems and detect when there's problems. So what on earth is it I want you to do? Well, when we have a computer that's built into another machine, it's known as an embedded computer. And what I want you to do is carry out an investigation, a computer hunt, okay, where you're going to go, and you can do this at home, preferably you spend some time outside, okay, just walking down the street, on holiday, visiting a different town, looking in the sky, watching the television. You will come across lots and lots of examples of embedded computer systems. For example, your washing machine at home is an embedded computer. Okay? It has a computer built inside it that allows you to program it, so it tells it how long to do a particular type of wash, how long to spin, how much detergent to put in. Okay? That's an example of an embedded computer. What I want you to do is hunt around your house, your garden, as I've said, outside, inside, read news stories on the internet, okay, look in the sky, big hint, look in the sky, and tell me where these embedded computers are. Okay, now a good effort, someone would make me a nice presentation, okay, with 5 embedded computers. Okay, we'll kind of call that bronze level. So you've had a good go, and you've found a good range of embedded computers. For the silver medal, okay, what do you have to do for the silver medal? For the silver medal, someone will have found 8 or more embedded computers. Some will be at home, some will be outside, maybe one in the sky. There's that hint again. Okay, that'd get you the silver medal. For the gold medal, okay, there'll be 10 or more. Definitely some at home, definitely some outside, definitely some at a different town, okay, and really trying to find an embedded computer that no one else has thought about, okay? Now, the next question is, do you need a computer to do this task? No, you don't, okay? It'd actually be really nice to see people make a little paper document, leaflet, poster about embedded computers, okay? So you don't have to have a computer, and there's no expectation for you to produce this on a computer at all. But having said that, if you do want to do it on a computer, then you could make a presentation, you could make a website, you could make a leaflet, poster, video, animation, be as creative as you like. Then in September, in your first couple of computing lessons, okay, you'll have the opportunity to bring it in. Do you remember those ePraise points I mentioned earlier? Okay, so if you can prove to me you've got the bronze level, okay, I will give you, or your computing teacher will give you 2 ePraise points. If you get the silver medal, okay, you can have 3 ePraise points. If you achieve the gold standard, that will be 5 ePraise points. Now, that won't mean a lot to you in a minute, but 5 is a lot, okay? So, I hope you enjoyed that. I've put a little bit of information below, okay, so you can have a little think about it as well, and there's a little bit of support there. Good luck at finding those embedded systems, and don't forget to look in the sky.